Baltimore addresses this question and more in his new best-selling book, The Work, My Search for a Life That Matters. Good morning to you. Thank you so much for coming in.
Great to be here.
All right, so this is a continuation, though, of your first book. So we got to start there, The Other Westmore. Give us a quick synopsis of what that was.
So The Other Westmore was really a story about both my life and the life of another guy who, also came up in Baltimore, but currently, as I was getting announced as a Rhodes Scholar, it was also happened that he was involved in the murder of an off-duty police officer. So as I'm getting ready to head off to England, he's getting ready to head to spend the rest of his life in prison. And so really The Other Westmore is a story about these two kids and what ends up happening that causes this split. So if The Other Westmore was really about, about survival of childhood, the work is about, so how do we come alive? Now that we've made it, how do we actually make it matter, and how do we find that meaning in the things that we're actually doing with ourselves? And
you have found that. I mean, you've been doing that in your work life, in your personal life, connecting with the community. Yeah. But what is that answer? How do you find meaning?
Well, I think part of it is it's a very personal journey. And one thing I try to be very clear about is with the work, it's not a 10-step guide. It's if you do these 10 things, you'll find what it is supposed to be doing. But the key thing is that how exactly do you find your greatness in that? I have a mentor who I remember I was meeting with, and when I told him I was going to go work in finance, because I worked in finance for a while, he asked why, and I gave him the reasons why, and he said, I just noticed that you've never said because I'm passionate about it in anything that you just said to me. And he said, listen, I'm never going to judge you on what you decide to do, especially with things you think are better for your family. But I just want to tell you that the day that you feel like you've accomplished what you need to accomplish, leave. Because every day you spend doing something that you are not passionate about, you become extraordinarily ordinary. And that is really this idea, is about how do we go after our extraordinary and embrace it.
And right now, where are you? Is this your passion, going out to help people, to talk to people?
Well, so really it's this, but also, I'm one of the big issues that I spend a lot of my time on is dealing with this issue of college completion. We're doing a much better job of getting kids through K-12, but once they hit college, there's unbelievable fall off. So actually I founded and now run a platform called Bridge EDU, which is actually here in Baltimore, which basically we help to address the college completion and career placement crisis that we have by reinventing the freshman year. So we work with college partners and completely restructure what that freshman year is to try to give students a more personalized and a more tailored on-ramp to higher education.
Still doing the work in the community, and I know you're giving away money to people in the community for the work that they're doing.
Absolutely. We want people to go to whatisyourwork.com or westmore.com and tell us about your work. Take a picture, show us, whether it's the time with your family or time in the community, whatever it is. Tell us what your work is, and then we're every single week we announce different people, and we're going to gift them and thank them for what they're doing.
That is awesome. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Pleasure's
Hopefully everybody
mine.
gets out and read this book. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
If you want to learn more, we've got the link to it on our website. How you can get it, foxbaltimore.com.